Good morning. Let's focus on some football now. Banyana Banyana are looking to clinch their first Africa Women's Cup of Nations title after missing out on 5 occasions. Coach Desiree Ellis has named a 23-player squad for the tournament to be held in Morocco next month. Now, to look ahead to that tournament, we're joined by former Banyana Banyana player Nthabeleng Mudiko. Very good morning to you, Nthabeleng. Thank you for your time. So as much as it's really great to get to the final 5 times, it's not so great to keep losing in the final 5 times. Where do you think the stumbling block is? I mean, I always want to ask if this is a stage fright issue.
Morning, Andy, and thank you for having me. I doubt that this is a stage fright issue. You know, we've been there for about 5 times now, as you mentioned, and I think one other thing that maybe gets ahead of us is the fact that, you know, we've never been in the finals, in the actual final, where we actually are going to be winning it. And I hope that this time around we won't be shy of it. We'll actually just come back with it.
So, Nthabeleng, Coach Desiree Ellis earlier in the week, she named a 23-player squad to head to Morocco. What do you think of the selections, and is it a good balance of youth and experience?
Definitely. I mean, Coach Des did make a mention at the announcement party that, you know, the squad that she has selected is a mix of players that can be able to be deployed at any department, you know, whatever position that she needs them to play, they'll be able to take it. And on top of that as well, they are quality players. I mean, we've got about 11 players that are applying their trade in Europe and the likes. So I think this time around, yes, experience, you know, when you're thinking of Nokumatlo as well as maybe the captain, Jenny van Beek, with almost 200 caps. It's a good mixture. And the youthful players in Tafse Machia as well.
All right, so earlier in the week as well, SAFA President Danny Jordan, he announced that should Banyana Banyana win the Africa Women's Cup of Nations, they'll get 400,000 rand each. Each player will get 400,000 rand. Now, Nthabeleng, there's been constant calls for more funds to be, you know, directed towards development of women's football as well as the Women's League. Now, doesn't it look slightly bad that we haven't really had those funds going to development, but now all of a sudden there's 10 million rands available?
Definitely. I mean, even us finding out about it, I think the media was quick to also ask those kind of questions. You know, where has this money been all along? Because we need it for our development. We need it for the young ones, for the LFAs, for the regionals to be able to function. But I also think on the plus side, it's a very good, you know, gesture from them to show that yes, we are very much serious about the women's team and also the women's game, because I mean, for one player to be receiving 400,000, that's a major boost. I think I can only imagine what I would do if I had 400,000 handed to me just for playing football. But the girls, I think they deserve it. You know, they are very much passionate. They work very hard, and it's a good one. It's a good cherry, if I may put it like that.
Yeah, I think that incentive will definitely be more motivation for them to get that trophy. Now, Banyana Banyana are opening the encounter with Nigeria. They are in Group C with Burundi, Botswana and Nigeria. Their first match on the 4th of July is against Nigeria. Now, considering that Nigeria are #1 on the continent, they are the current defending champions, how tough is that match against Nigeria going to be? And do you think it's going to be the toughest one in the group?
I believe so. I mean, every time we've played against Nigeria, it's always been, you know, the powerhouses against each other, and the grass suffers ultimately. I think also in Nigeria as a powerhouse, you know, as you mentioned, that they are #1 in the continent. They would want to also put their best foot forward. You know, the last time they didn't really do well against us. We actually defeated them and via penalties. So the tables are slightly, you know, turning, you know, in terms of them being able to say we always beat South Africa. I think the previous encounters also, Banyana Banyana have fought a very good fight in trying to stand them down and saying, listen, we can also bring it forward. So it's gonna be a very good showing. I believe that the girls will be putting, and also as a first game of the tournament, if they get it over and done with Nigeria, I think for them that will also be boosted, and they'll feel like, okay, the big nerves are now gone. We can be able to look ahead in terms of Botswana and Burundi as well.
Now, lastly from me in Tabeleng, when you look at the fact that Desiree Ellis has come into the side for a couple of years now, and she's been absolutely instrumental in all of their achievement, what is it that she brings to the squad, also just in terms of stability?
Yes, definitely. I mean, you're talking about a coach that has been named the African Coach of the Year, I think 2 times in a row. She also is a legend in her own accord because she captained Banyana Banyana. She knows the pressures of being in that squad. And also it's motivating, I think, for the girls to be looking at an icon and working with her day in and day out. And also believing that, she has walked the path, so she knows the ropes and the tricks that she can share with them. In order for them to actually succeed within the squad. And I think she's doing well now in terms of changing and changing the squad and bringing in new talent, new players that we don't know about, because she knows them best. And I think most of the girls that I know with myself, excuse me, wearing the national team kit and singing that national anthem was always motivational. So I can only wonder, the girls that are coming in, new girls, old girls, that good mixture, that good vibe that she has, with the girls. I think that also works well for her.
Yeah, and Tabeleng, thank you so much for your time. We're going to leave it there. And of course, we will be rooting for Banyana Banyana at the Africa Women Cup of Nations that kick off next month. That was former Banyana Banyana player Tabeleng Mudiko joining us to look at South Africa's chances at this year's Awcon.